Welcome to Charts Today. My name is David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 20th of October, comes to you from Darwin in the Northern Territory, in the far north of Australia. Today I had a great lunch with Daryl Guppy, fellow technical analyst here in Australia, and we discussed the markets. And I'm on my way back through Asia. It was very insightful to chat with him. So, looking at the charts, we're seeing a lot of red on the screen. So, markets still looking fairly fearful. The dollar index surging ahead, bullish on all three time frames. Remember, this is my weekly, my daily, and my 60-minute with the corresponding point and figure targets. So, across all time frames, we are still looking bullish. That means the euro is sitting in the doldrums below that parity level, looking bearish. No big changes there, and of course we've still got the big downside targets there for the euro. The yen has been the big story, just nudging the 150 mark, 32-year lows for the Japanese yen. These targets were very hard to believe. We had 160 as a target when we were sitting at 118. It was very hard to believe. Now looking very believable. 152 almost met as well. You just cannot ignore the targets. Bitcoin struggling still below the $20,000 mark, so still looking pretty bearish there. Looking at US stocks, we saw the Nasdaq she just recovered a little bit the last few days, but the charts are still bearish with that lower low. And we'll look at some of the tech majors in a minute. Looking at the futures today, we've got the S&P future down just under 2/3%, and the Nasdaq E-mini is down 1%. So it looks like US markets will open lower. We've got the FTSE future down 0.2%. The DAX in Germany, the cash market down just under 2/3%. So again, having made that lower low, we're seeing a little bit of market recovery, but probably to a lower high before then another lower low. We are below the cloud on the weekly. That puts us in bearish territory. Looking at Asia, Japan was down 0.5%. The Hang Seng making a 10-year low. So that's really significant, seeing that fall away there. So that's going to be quite key. Looking at the Sensex, the Chinese market just holding that 3,000 level support-wise, and the Sensex in India little changed. Again, just struggling to break that 20,000 level, that 60,000 level to activate that upside target. We'll look at the energy mix in a minute. Whilst I'm in Oz, the Aussie market was down 1%, and certainly my own Aussie shares were mostly lower around that amount across the board. Looking at some of the commodities, we've got wheat, that's up 0.4 or 5%, still looking reasonably strong on that medium term. Just short term, we have turned down. That's the chart there, but the long-term trend is still bullish. Gold is really struggling at the 1630 level. The key thing is, will we go lower, or was that September low the low? So we just want to watch that. Silver was another one that it rose and then came back again. Will we move below those September lows? That's going to be the really critical question now. US 10-year yield sitting at 4.17%, nudging higher. Remembering we've got this very big target on US 10-year yields. You can't ignore that. And so interest rates globally still look set to rise based on what the yields are doing. Taking a look at some of the tech stocks, Apple is 130 is the key level there, still holding its low. Amazon also just holding its low, but some of the other stocks are not. We're seeing Alphabet lower. Google has taken out that June low, so that's not good. And if we look at Microsoft, also lower. And we had also results out from Tesla last night. Slightly disappointing, and again, just taking out that June low. So lower lows, of course, bad news, and we're just moving below the weekly cloud there on Tesla. We put out our energy report to clients this morning, as usual. Quite a lot of green on the screen. We've had a pretty bad week, so we are just seeing some respite. German power, interestingly, sitting at 385 when German power was at 421. We gave our clients this target 385. That's where we got to. There are further downside targets, so that's something we need to watch. We're just seeing now this move below the cloud. Gas prices are recovering a little bit today, up 4% on TTF and up 5% on MBP, but these are counter trend moves. Don't expect those levels to grow massively quickly. Looking at crude oil, we are just seeing here up 1% on Brent and on WTI. That's it for today. Tomorrow I'm in the air, so won't be recording until Monday. Until then, happy charting. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.